So today and Sunday's practice is very much a kind of, it's a Valentine's theme in that we'll be focusing on the heart, but this can also be an idea of kind of soothing the heart. So when we're feeling kind of a little bit overwhelmed, if we feel any kind of heartache or heart weariness, it can be really nice to work with this idea of opening through the heart, of breathing a little deeper, and also to bring a little bit of self-love into the body. So it's love, but it's love in every sense, not just our kind of cartoon Valentine hearts, although they're lovely too. So to start our practice, and this is what the cushions are for, we're actually going to start in child's pose. Now, I particularly like to have cushions underneath my heart space when I come into child's pose and just kind of rest a cheek upon my cushions like this. If you have a preferred way to do your child's pose, please do come into whatever way is your most favorite. So it might be resting a cheek on the cushions, it might be resting a forehead, it might be getting rid of all the cushions and actually wrapping your hands towards your toes and resting the forehead upon the earth. So please do come to whatever child's pose is your favorite. We'll start with that love of honoring our favorite poses and the places we feel most easeful. So we're coming into that lovely child's pose, resting a cheek or resting the forehead, knees as wide as you like or as narrow as you like. And perhaps we'll close the eyes. A lovely place to settle, to sink into the earth, the stillness and the sense of ease and love. Just a lovely place to draw inwards. So we're drawing our awareness, our attention inwards to our body, our breath, our hearts. And whatever sort of week we've had, we'll just let the busy thoughts fall away as best we can. Got tasks or to-do lists or thoughts of work that are jumping around in our mind, just cast them aside if we can. If you are resting one cheek upon your cushion or your bolster, now is a lovely time to swap cheeks. So you might want to change cheeks just so that you're taking a little time with that twist of the neck on both sides. If you're comfortable where you are, of course, you can settle exactly where you are. Within our lovely child's pose, a little sense of nurturing, of being held, and finding or journeying towards a place where we feel safe. Safe just to relax, safe to let go, safe just to listen to the body as well. just joined us, we're just taking a moment in child's pose. If you've just arrived, settling into a lovely child's pose. I feel pretty much like I could stay here all day, but I suppose we better move on to the next thing. So what we'll do is we'll just gently lift through the heart and we'll just gently cast aside the cushions or the blankets. What we're going to do is we're going to bring our forearms onto the earth, and they're about equidistant apart. So almost imagine that you're creating a little box upon the earth. From here, we're just going to open through the hips. We're going to extend the legs along behind us. So we're coming into the pose we call the Sphinx Pose. So our shoulders are above our elbows, hands and elbows equidistant. We're extending the legs along behind us, and we're just thinking about gently drawing tummy button in towards spine. So it's not kind of a big holding movement, but it's just a gentle switching on of our core so that we're protecting our low back. If we kind of flump, we can tweak the back. So we're just thinking about gently engaging the abdominals, and we're just going to shine our heart and our gaze forward. Beautiful. We'll just take some breaths here. So we're gently opening through the front line of the body, so the heart gently opening, we're sending that light forwards. Last week we were working with the element of metal, and the Sphinx pose is also connected to the idea as sphinxes were often depicted as these kind of golden sphinxes, these metal sphinxes. So there's this idea here of the sphinx that kind of guard the gates. We're being a sphinx here and guarding the gates to our heart. That might be sometimes that it's time to open the heart, or maybe to let things go. We'll take a few more lovely breaths here. We won't hold this one as long as the child's pose. Beautiful. So from here, what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of bring the hands on top of each other. We're going to splay the elbows out. So we're just making a little pillow with the hands. And then we're just going to, again, just rest a cheek and take a breath. You can have a little wiggle with the shoulders and wiggle with the hips just to allow yourself to settle into the ground. Like child's pose, this prone position can feel quite safe and nurturing because all of our kind of delicate organs are protected because they're settled along the ground. So again, it's that idea of feeling safe, feeling grounded, feeling secure in our place. And again, just for the sake of evenness, if we're resting one cheek right now, let's turn and just rest on the other cheek. If you're resting on your forehead, of course, you can stay exactly where you are. We're just going to take a few more lovely breaths here. Sometimes the best yoga poses are the absolute simplest ones, just to allow ourselves to invite that ease and easefulness within our practice. So from here, slow and steady, we're just going to bring the hands under the shoulders. We're going to gently rise. We'll just come to kind of all fours if you want to, but we're going to transition into an easy seat. So you can kind of journey as slowly and gently as you like to get here. If you like to sit on cushions or blankets, feel free to give yourself something nice to sit on. And just take a little time. So we're finding our grounding in the earth. Taking a chance just to gently lift through our center, the idea of someone we love, just pulling us by a thread through the top of the head. And we're going to take our peaceful minute here in easy seat. If you want to bring that heart focus, you're welcome to rest a hand upon the heart. Or if you find it easier just to let the hands be restful, you can do that. So whatever feels best for you. You might just want to bring your awareness to the heart space. And we can close the eyes. Aware of that rise and fall of the breath. That gentle movement, that rhythm of the beat of the heart, the rhythm of the breath. And then just when you feel ready to do so, we're going to extend the legs in front of us. So we're coming to this kind of L shape. Just come to the side. So legs extended in front of us, nice and tall through the spine. We're going to come into that forward fold, so we're going to hinge from our hips. Or we can slide the hands along the earth or along our legs. Maybe you can bring as much softness in the knees as you like here. And we'll just let the head hang heavy when we're ready. So in letting the head hang, we're not holding on to any extra tension in the neck and the shoulders. Also, these forward folds of letting the head fall heavy are very calming for the nervous system, so that can be helpful to help us feel restful and calm. This energy of soothing. We'll take a few more easeful breaths here if that's comfortable for you. And when you're ready, we'll rise through head and heart. So we're just going to come back to upright. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to come to the earth. So we can soften the knees, soles of the feet on the ground. And we'll just release ourselves down to the earth with any support, any softness that we'd like to settle here restfully. And once again, there's that invitation to let the hand rest upon the heart. So you might have one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, or you might prefer just to have the arms upon the earth. So whatever feels right for you. And then from here, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall out either side like a butterfly. So take your time to settle into the place that feels right for you. That might include bringing support underneath the knees. Whatever feels right, whatever feels comfortable. And so once again, we have a focus upon the heart space, the rise and fall of the breath. And the connection to our own internal rhythms. However chaotic or noisy the outside world may seem, we have that peaceful rhythm of the heart. Hopefully that calm rhythm of the breath, or the invitation to find that calm rhythm. And a place within this pose to find space, to find peace. A few more easeful breaths in this lovely place. This pose has varying names. You know, I always say my favorite is the Reclining Goddess, which is lovely for this idea of empowerment and love. But also the butterfly. It's also known as the Reclining Butterfly. And butterflies are always a beautiful reminder of transformation, of our own ability to transform and change. That wonderful reminder that even when times feel challenging, beautiful things lay ahead. So from that beautiful place upon the earth, we're just going to extend out long upon the ground. So we're just going to send the legs long along the ground and the arms long overhead. So we're just making this long line upon the earth and just having a little reach out, a little stretch through the body as if we're reaching to both sides of the room at the same time. You might have a little wiggle and flex with the hands and the toes. Again, that idea of finding space within the body. Might be space to move into, it might just be space to breathe. And then again, still on the earth, we're just going to spread out like a starfish. We're going to reach the arms wide, the legs wide. Now we're trying to reach each corner of the room. Lovely starburst. And when you feel ready to do so, we're just going to bring the arms alongside the body. And we're just going to take a minute to get ready for our Shavasana, our relaxation and meditation time. Now, the wonderful thing about yin is that each pose is its own little meditation, restfulness and calm. But as we take a little guided meditation here in our practice, it can be nice to gather blankets or cushions, anything that's going to help you feel warm. I'm going to put my cardigan on. We're going to be settled here for about 10 minutes, so bear that in mind if you think you might get chilly. And get yourself a nice cozy jumper or some woolly socks. And traditionally our Shavasana, that's laying down upon the earth, but if you prefer your meditation in a different place, if you want to be seated or even if you want to lay on your sofa, feel free just to find a place that feels really supportive, really cozy. This is all part of that idea of listening to the heart, not worrying about what anyone else is doing. We're gonna show love to our body in the way that feels right. So find your comfy place, find your supported place. As we settle upon the earth. And you might want to close the eyes, or you can let the gaze be soft. If you want to let the gaze drift out of the window to the blue sky, feel free to do so. Once again, we arrive at a place of restfulness, a place of yin. As we allow the body to settle, as we allow the breath to settle, easeful and unhurried. As we allow the mind to settle, perhaps popping any busy thoughts at the side of the room. as we move through our weeks and days. The world is very lucky to be receiving of our love. We might put love into our work, into helping others, with our time and our attention. But this time for ourselves is an opportunity to draw that love that we offer out into the world. This is time to draw it back home, to shine a little bit of that patience, forgiveness, energy, joy, everything that you share out into the world in the form of love. We're going to now shine that inwards. You've just joined us, you're just in time for Shavasana, so feel free to lay down, get comfortable. And we're all in a lovely restful place. So we're shining that light of love, awareness, attention inwards. And we might envisage this little center point of our heart as just a little spark of light, a little glowing ember. It can be any color or shape that you like. It might be a sense of warmth, or glow, or sparkle. Feel free to let your mind's eye create whatever little light within the heart. As we are drawing in our attention, our awareness, each beautiful soothing breath, that little light, that little sparkle just grows a little bigger. The light shines out from the chest, and it fills the space of the lungs and the ribs, filling them with light and love. This glowing, this light shines out from the heart and the chest through the shoulders and travels down the arms all the way to the tips of your fingers. Light travels upwards through the neck and the jaw and all the way through your face to the very top of your head, filled with light and love. We might feel light, we might feel warmth, we might feel comforting, like a warm hug. That light travels down through tummy and hips, soft and calm. And then shines down through the legs and the knees, through ankles and feet, and all the way to the tips of your toes. So the heart, the body and the mind are filled with this light, filled with this sense of love. And so full is the body with this light that we begin to glow with it, shining out from our body like a beautiful aura of light. A shield almost to protect us from the slings and arrows of the day. We're just going to take a peaceful minute basking in this light and this glow that we have created from our own source of love. If the mountain seems too big today, then climb a hill instead. If the morning brings you sadness, it's okay to stay in bed. If the day ahead weighs and your plans feel like a curse, there's no shame in rearranging, no need to make yourself feel worse. If a shower stings like needles and a bath feels like you'll drown, if you haven't washed your hair for days, don't throw away your crown. A day is not a lifetime, and a rest is not defeat. Don't think of it as failure, just a quiet, kind retreat. It's okay to take a moment through an anxious, fractured mind. The world will not stop turning while you take time to realign. The mountain will still be there when you want to try again. You can climb it in your own time. So just love yourself till then. And so my beautifully, my brave mountain climbers, perhaps the next inhale is just a little longer, a little deeper than the last. You might want to wiggle fingers and toes, or make any luxurious twist or stretch or wiggle as we begin to bring our awareness back to the room and back to the day. With eyes closed for just a moment longer if you can. Let's gently bend the knees and pop the soles of the feet on the floor, and we'll roll more comfortable side in that little yogi recovery pose. And again, with eyes still closed, if you can, we'll just gently rise to an easy seat. It doesn't matter what way you're facing. You can bring the blankets with you if you like. We're just going to hold on to that ease, that easefulness, that tension upon the heart. And just a little moment to sit within that place of love and ease. As I like to do in this last liminal space between the end of our practice and the rest of our day, send a little love out to body, breath, heart and mind. Send love and gratitude out to the room around us, the warmth and sanctuary of our home. And then from here, our love and gratitude can sparkle out in any direction, whether you are grateful and excited for a sunny day or something you're looking forward to over the weekend, time connecting with loved ones, whatever little gratitudes flow to your heart, just allow yourself to notice them and bask in them for a moment. Just to finish our practice today, let's take a nice deep inhale. We're just going to sweep the arms high to the sky. We'll bring the palms together. We're going to exhale the hands to heart center. From here, we can gently open the eyes, and to ourselves and each other, we say namaste. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.